back again. It's been a whole like 5 minutes. So took a little break and now I'm back. We're gonna keep going with our master board, and this is what we just made. And now I want to make a paperclip that we can tuck on to our journal, and we're going to use this as our base. I think I want this to be the top. I want to play more on the browns this time, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out which, oh lordy, see, I didn't put my brown foam back. Let's see if we can see where the other one went. No clue. All right, well, I'm gonna take a guess that this is vintage photo. They are close enough that it's not going to make a giant difference, so we're just going with it. So I want to round my corners first, and I think a medium round on these guys. So I'm going to go with the 7mm. And what I like round edges. I think they look good. And then they also do help to keep it from catching on things. So let's play off our brown and ink up these edges. Now with the tag, we put a back on it. Yeah, it's okay. I was going to trim that off, but I don't think it matters. I think this one is thick enough that we can keep going without backing it, but we'll see. We can always change our mind whenever we want. So I'm gonna do that. Now, I wanna do more layers on this one. So let's pull out, and maybe even a raised layer might be kind of cool. But first I wanna pick a couple tickets. Oh, hey, there's a button. I'm going to pick definitely one of these because I love these so much. Whoa. Let's get those. Our tickets that we made yesterday. I loaded those all up, folded them up. So let's see what else we've got in here that we might want to use. I think I've got an idea for that. Where did I just see that one go? I saw one that I thought was going to be cool, and now I dropped it. Where'd you go? It had a cool stamp on it. Maybe that. I don't think that was the one, though. As if it makes that big of a difference, but I don't know if this is the one. Oh, look. Same thing, only a little bigger. I guess that's the universe telling us that this is the image that belongs right here. So let's put these back and get them out of our way. And what else do we want? Do we want any stickers? What do we want? I like how clear that stamp is. So we're gonna go with this, and maybe we'll know where to go if we pick our paperclip out. So let's grab that box. Making noise. And we'll see what kind of paperclip. Do we want, we could go this way. What if we had it showing on the front as well? We usually hide them, but they might look kind of cool on the front. Or we could go with the big, no, it's too much. Let's go this way. And we will anchor that in the back. Dogs. Hear the dogs. Okay, dog is in. Now, we need to decide what else we might want on this. Let's get this out of our way. And let's start thinking about what our options are. We could go with a flower of some sort. That's pretty. Let's keep that out. We've got to use that. I love this cotton, and I don't always have the colors to go along with it, but let's use that. Okay. And maybe, it's been a while since we dug through our teeny tiny field notes ephemera, so let's do that. That's just one I made. That doesn't even belong in here. That goes in the other one, but let's see what else we got that we might want on here. Something little. We could go butterfly, but we just did that. That's also a butterfly. We could bring in something round. Australian postage. We don't need red. We could do a mushroom. That's kind of our same color scheme. I don't think we want a wasp. It's a cute little dragonfly. I've never even seen that in there. A teeny tiny tag. 90 cents. Let's work with these, I think. Not the dragonfly though. Put that on there. We could put this up here. Where do we want our mushroom? Right there. Oh, he kind of blends in. Maybe we don't need a mushroom. What if we went like that? It does blend a little bit, but here's what I'm thinking for this. What if we did this raised and we put a cool stamp on there? And we could even do a little bit of black behind it to make it pop. Let's try that. Then we can decide if we want it raised or not. Glue this guy down. And we want to have a bit of a frame. So it would probably be best if we get it semi straight on here. Not that we can't fix it, but I want it to be down very securely, but I also don't want a giant mess because glue really shows up on black paper. So let's see how we feel about this. We either like it or we don't, and we'll either use it or we won't. I went too wide on the top, but that's okay. I couldn't see exactly what I was doing. So first I'm going to do the corners, and then we'll be able to see better how that looks. I think it's good. I don't think we need to trim it anymore. Even I'm not silly enough to keep all of these tiny triangle stamps. Or scraps, I mean. Okay, so this is going to go down here. And I think we do want to raise it because it'll be interesting. So let's cut ourselves a little square. I don't want to be able to see it, so I'm going to cut a small square here. I think, and we'll put it like this, and then like that. I don't know if that tape that's on there is going to cause a problem, so let's see if we can peel that off. A fast person would just cut another piece, but you know, that would just make sense. So why on earth would we do that? Stick that right in the middle-ish. Close enough. Give that a second. While we're letting that dry, I want to go ahead and place these. We could put a little number stamp on there, but I think we're going to be okay just like this. Put that guy here. My estimation of the glue I need is not super great today. I think I'm okay with this being in the middle. Let's go ahead and get that on first. If I can get a hold of it. Here you are, pokey tool. I thought this might be one that I could get better just with my finger. All right, you go right there. Little pop of color. Some ink. I think we're gonna go here with this. I wanted the little blue tag to be underneath it a little bit, but I don't want it to be down too low, so that's where it's going. Because that's what we said, we decided. And now this little guy is next. Maybe we'll just go a little more towards the top than we were going to of this. Okay. Oh, my stomach. And this is going to live right there. I think that's going to be pretty. We might want to do something up here, but that's okay because we totally can. On here, So I showed you yesterday this giant bagel stamps. Ridiculous. $8 at a thrift store. So I think what I'm just going to do is grab a handful and see what we might be able to find that we like. And if we can't find anything in this little pile, then we can find something in another pile. That is not the right color. Ooh, that might be pretty. Cuba. Interesting. Okay. This one's pretty, but too big. Too big. That might be cool. This is from Brussels. These little bags. They're amazing. It's a green. We could play on some of the green. I don't think we want to go that direction. There's a pretty orange. We did a little orange on the other one. I like the blue. I'm just wondering if we can find something a little more like powdery blue. Ooh, look at the bright. Just not quite right. Netherlands. That's closer, but it's still not powdery. I do like the brown though. Look at, and here's another one that I found in there. It looks to me like this came from an old game. We're definitely going to find something to do with those. Green. All right, I'm just going to take another quick peek to see if there's any. We're going to take one more little handful. And then if we don't find something we like better, we're going to go with one of these. That's the same color. That's cool. Oh, I think we might have found it, guys. They're so delicate. It makes me so nervous to use these, but you know what? That's why I bought them. Some of these are just so old. Well, they're all old, but now this is the right color, but we've got this guy here. It's almost the same stamp, little different, both from France. And this is just a little more faded, and I think that's our winner. So let me very delicately put these away. I don't want to lose them. I know there's probably 1,000 in there, so it's not like anyone's gonna have a real hard time if one falls on the floor, but I just have a lot of respect for this kind of stuff. And I mean, I bought it in this bag, guys. I'm trying to organize them into a nicer way, but I don't usually have many stamps, so I don't have a lot of ways. So I am trying to put some in the glassine bags as I go. So I'm not going to ink it because this is way too fragile. But I do want to make sure that we don't have issues with the edges coming up. So if we have glue coming out the side, then so be it. It'll dry. If there's any stamp collectors out there, I'm sure that you are just cursing my name. But until I grabbed these and purchased them, they were sitting in a bag on a shelf at a thrift store. So they are at least out, about, and being loved. I wish I would. Here, let's see if we can. What I was going to say is I wish I would have inked the edges on here before I put it down. So let's see. I'm going to cover. Let's see if we can manage that a little bit if we're careful. I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to cover the stamp. I don't want it on there. I'm going to see if we can get just a little bit of inkiness here on this edge. Well, maybe if I hold it down more and do it a little more intensely, a little bit. The other one just kind of covered the blue. I'm sure there's a much easier, well, the easier way to do it is to remember to do it before you glue it down, goofball, but that's not enough. We got some. Well, it's better than nothing. Not as intense as it would have been had I remembered to do it with our foam, but we didn't. So we're just gonna go with what we have. Now back to our glue. Let's just hold this guy right where he goes. I don't know who that is. But he's living here now, so enjoy your new home, my old French friend. Okay. Now we need to do something up here that is gonna give us a little interest. And also maybe I'm starting to wonder if we should go ahead and back this. But I don't know if when we put it in, it's going to be plenty stable once we put whatever our last little bit is going to be up here. So maybe we're fine. I don't want to skirt the process if we need to do it, but I also don't want to make this harder than it needs to be. I think we're okay without backing it. What shall we put on the front? What if we put a sentiment across a black one? And but it can't be super wide. how about this? Let's take Live Your Life. I want to put it on a piece of paper, and then I want to attach it with brads. That's where my brain is going. So what paper? I'm just looking here through. We're going to put glue on the back of that anyway. So let me see here. I have anything that is popping out at me. I don't. All right, let me gather my thoughts here for a second. This fake metal that we could put across there. Would it stand out against that okay? I don't even know if I can cut it. It would stand out against that okay. Let's see if we can cut it. I'm going to put this on to get just lightly. Get a gauge. Let's see if we can cut it. Oh yeah, it cuts just fine. Oh, I love it. I'm going to cut it a little bit long so that if we choose, oh yeah, see there, it's perfect. Yep. That's what we want. All right, so what we're going to do, we are going to ink the edges. We are going to glue this down. Is that straight? Or does it kick out a little bit at the end? Nope, it kicks out a little at the end. Let's fix it while we're being, I know we said it doesn't have to be perfect, but sometimes little things like that drive me nuts, which is why I do this, so that I can get over it. But I think it's also okay sometimes to be picky and meticulous. Now what I didn't do is look about how much extra we need on each end. Close. All right. So now we're going to go back to our brads. We are going to grab some little guys and we are going to attach this. Now we've got a couple of different kinds of gold. We've got this antique gold. We've got this brighter gold. I think I like the brighter because I think even though it's not an exact match to this, I think it brings out our mica powder nicely. So I think I would like to use these. Hold of another one. Or does that look better? Mind change. Here's what I like about this. This gold plays really nicely off of this. So we're doing that way. So let's get this out of the way. foam. We'll put our foam right here. Now, do we want that does fit the little hole, but there's a lot of give. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to mark it on here first, halfway between, eyeballing. So there's that, and then we're going to put that like this. Let's just get it straight. Let's see if we can find, let's take this off to start. We will put it back on after we mark our holes. Let's see if we can even see those. Barely, but yes. All right, so let's go ahead and there's one. There is the other. We said we wanted to go with the lower in the front. Put up a little bit. I want it to come down a little, huh? Although it's okay if it moves, right? It doesn't have to be. All right, let's get this through here. You can see there it's not perfect, but I think that's all right. Can we get that through? It's not cooperating. There we go. Stick one side and let's stick the other side. And of course, I got the bridge the wrong way. They're going to be opening sideways. That is not what we want. And it's a tight fit there. So I'm going to pull it out. And I'm going to put it back in the correct way. Because I don't think that we're going to be able to rotate while it's in there. Almost did the same thing. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and open these guys up. They're little tiny legs. Open this one up. Fabulous. I am loving it. And if this comes out, fine. No worries, it'll go right back in. So here is where we're ending up with this. Here's what it looks like on black paper. You know what, we're gonna have to do something about that. I don't even know that we need anything off the top. I think that this might be cool enough just the way it is. I don't think we need anything fancy hanging off the top. But to show you how we can do this, I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue I'm going to lift it up just a touch. Press it down. Same on this side. So that we have a little glob of glue here holding in that rough edge. Just hold that for a second. All right, now let's do the same with this one. And it's bent a little bit upward. I don't know if I can, I wonder if I can fix that with a pair of tweezers. Let's see. Bend it downward so it goes more into the paper. And I think that is going to get us right where we need to be. Maybe I pinched it too hard. I might have just pinched it a little too hard. I love it. And as I'm standing here, I'm thinking this might be, oops, off comes our tie. This might be a really cute addition somewhere inside this journal. Doesn't that fit nicely with our theme? I think it definitely does. I think we know where this one's gonna live. In here with our good friend, the spy. All right. Thanks for hanging out again. Hope you have a fabulous Sunday, wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you next time. Bye.